doing, and then you got to come back quickly and flip it. These guys really had really good focus. But to Kennesaw State's credit, they made 9 threes in the first half. And the only thing we talked about at halftime was that. We held them 2 for 7 the second half. The second thing we talked about is to make sure we understand we got 43, so we're on an 86 clip. So it isn't like it has anything to do with offense or getting shots, or I think we had 11 assists on X amount of baskets. So it was all about getting stops. And when we went on that run and got up 9, I think we were down 5 maybe or 6. I think 6, got up 9. During that swing, we got 6 straight stops in a row and 2 knockouts. And because of that, we were able to get our after score OER and put it on people. And to these guys' credit, they stood it media by media. They stood through, and then we sustained. At the end of the game, the last about 6 minutes maybe, it was both teams were just really executing, have really good players. They're the 57th most experienced team in the country. We're the 83rd, whatever it is. Like, it's just really good players executing, getting really good shots. And it came down to free throws, which we made more than they attempted, but we didn't do a very good job, 57%, which is so unlike us, especially when it's guys that are 80%ers or guys that are high free throw makers. Really proud of Jose. It is what it is, but we had a great conversation yesterday about a lot of different things, and I was just really happy for him to have that joy, whether or not the shot went in or not, or whether or not how this thing ended. It was just nice to see him playing with that joy again that he didn't quite have for whatever reason. And to his credit, he stuck with it. He's puts in the opportunities on the floor. He gets the shots that he needs to get, and he works on his game. And personally, he works with me after practice. And to his credit, you reap what he sowed. And it was a great opportunity for us there with 13 seconds to go, tie game. Robinson makes it and ties the score. We were going to go and just get Jarius loose because he's really good at that. Jose's really good at that as well, too. We thought we had a different matchup. We thought we had a better matchup because they had put a bigger guard on Jose. And Jarius said, no, coach. In the timeout, Jerry said, no, coach, we're going to run it for Jose. And obviously, as a coach, the last thing you want to do is debate and think you know more or you know whatever. If it's something that's staunch that I'm really convicted of, that's one thing. But Jarius, who just made a game-winning shot against Austin Peay, said, Coach, give it to Jose, because he really recognized what was going on. And then the best part of the whole thing is Jarius turned to Jose on the way out of the timeout, similar to what we shared with Jarius coming out of the timeout, except Jarius did it. And he said to Jose, hey, man, just make a play. Don't worry about it. Just make a play. Whatever it is, just make it. And he did. So to these guys' credit, that's maturity, and that's esprit de corps, and that's unconditional love, and that's really powerful.
Okay, I want to get one thing straight here. You said run a play for Jose?
Yes.
That was not a play. That was a street ball move, very Steph Curry-like, coming up the court, waiting.
So,
boom.
So we knew how they defensive covered the ball screen. So we put them in a position to give Jose an edge because we knew if we put a ball screen there, how they were going to stand. So instead of making him naked and making him do it all on his own like we did last year against JU, we decided we were going to play off a ball screen just to get that guy on the edge so that Jose could play with that guy where he wanted him. So the ball screen was important that it put that guy in position. If not, he would have been more flat, and Jose might not have gotten that first edge.
So, yeah, but I mean, it just looked like it was just.
He's a baller.
Yeah, but it just looked like it was his man against him, and it's.
Yeah, it was.
And
it
the
was.
best man win. And
Yep, 100%. Yeah, that's exactly.
Okay, so let me ask you. Did you think he was going to let it fly from as deep as he did, as opposed to, trying to create a shot and maybe you try to make it like a 18-foot jumper or something like that? I mean, that was very close to 30. It had to be in that area, right?
Right, yeah. I didn't know what he was going to shoot. I told him make a play, and then we kept walking. I was like, it don't matter what you shoot, 2, 3 mid-range, just get to it. And once I seen the clock going down, he went at like 4 or something like that. I knew he was going to have to shoot it at some point. And he was deep, and it was money.
One thing he learned, Dallas Moore did it against Lipscomb, and it was a bad play. And one thing that Dallas learned, the next time we played him, he changed it. And the one thing Jose learned last year against JU, he was really frustrated at himself that he didn't do what he did tonight, because he understood where the guy was, and he's so gifted. And it was a great shot. However, he put himself in position to have enough space to get the shot because he understood that he wasn't going to get to the rim at that point. And so it's very, very crafty, very, very skillful. And obviously the range is something that's incredible. But did we do logo shots yesterday? We did 5 on each side, right? Yeah.
How often have you seen, I mean, look, I mean, the other 8 3-pointers were a little bit more conventional. The last 2 falling out of bounds with 1 second to go. Okay, I had to do that one, right, because the shot clock was gonna run out. But, but he still made it. I mean, and then follow up with the next one. I mean, I could be wrong here, but it looks like a Sports Center top 10, at least in the conversation, at least put it.
That's pretty nice.
I mean, do you agree those last 2 shots is not something you're gonna see every day for the same guy, 25 seconds apart?
Yeah, it was great shots. And once he hit that one falling out of bounds, that's when I knew, like, he having a night. So just, if we get down to it, just run the play for him. He's going to hit it.
What'd you think, since you're the guy doing it?
Jose, I wanted to ask you, seriously, did you think, you're knocked out of bounds, so you don't know a whole lot, but did you think when you released it, it had a chance?
Yes. When I released it, I mean, I watched it the whole way, and I was thinking to myself, oh, it's good. It's good. And then, it went in.
So the reality of it, Gene, and again, people don't watch this stuff. The 3 he made in the corner at the end of the clock that Carter threw him a skip in the first half is a shot that he's been turning down, that we've really, really, really have asked him to shoot. It was the same exact shot he made in the second half, except the only difference was he was falling away and the clock was late. He made it in the far left corner, but when he shot it, he locked up, he locked out, and you knew it was, as soon as he shot it, you knew it was going in. And just the same thing, I watched them both. They were both in these corners. And when he shot the one there, you knew it was going in because he had perfect arc. He had perfect follow through. It didn't matter where he was feet-wise. And so I think he's had for whatever reason, I think he realized, or he's going back to what he always had done, which is, like, I can shoot. I'm a really good shooter, and I can't be questioning myself. I just have to shoot and do it the way that I'm really good at doing.
Are you telling me the one falling out of bounds is a quality shot?
With 1 second on the clock, yes.
Well, no. I mean, obviously you had to take it. I'm not questioning that, but
Yeah.
that's a tough shot.
Okay, that's a great question, Gene. So let me ask you this question, Jose. What did I tell you about the one off the ball screen on the left?
When I was going to the rim?
No, the one you took off the ball screen going to the left in the middle of the half. What did I tell you when I brought you over?
Oh, it wasn't take another dribble. It wasn't the right one.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, I also coach him and say, like, don't just shoot him to shoot him because you think you're feeling it. Like, get a good one. But when the clock's down and the clock's late, what I love is the fact that, and even that one, I bet you, we haven't watched it yet, but I bet you he flicked it instead of shot it. But these other ones he shot, even the one in the corner. A lot of guys, Gene, would flick it. But he shot it, and he shot it with great confidence. So,
You're talking about the
correct. And the one over there. Like, if you saw that one on film, you'd see what I'm talking about. Like, he rose up. I don't know who was running at you. Was it 10?
It might have been Bert.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice. It was over a tall dude.
Okay, so you had obviously a much better view of the last one, right? Because you're looking straight on at the basket. How did you feel when you released that one?
I felt money coming right out of my hands. I had I mean, Jerry is, telling me take the ball, telling me go make a play. That obviously gives me an even bigger confidence boost. But I looked at him and I told him, I was like we're winning this game right here.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Okay, so you're coming up the floor, right? 13.1 seconds left. Now it's down to 10, and now it's down to 9. You're not even at half court yet, okay? And so in the back of your mind, are you thinking you're just going to let it fly this guy just doesn't know it because he's probably worried about you driving or whatever. But did you kind of know as you're getting to half court that was going to be the kind of shot that you were going to take?
I didn't know that was going to be the shot I was going to take. I was just, we have a rule where we set it up at a certain time, and then we go at a certain time, and that's what I was waiting for. And then I saw how when Jonathan came up the screen, I saw how he was playing it. I really didn't know where I was, but I was in rhythm when I took my dribble, so I shot it.
And the best thing it was is we asked him to get the last shot. And he did. You got to take it below 4, gives you a chance for an offensive rebound, and he did that. The other day we did it. We shot too early, and who scored? Duquesne?
They almost.
They almost scored, yeah. So to his credit, he listened. That's why he came so slow, because I told him don't run because you're going to have to stop anyways. Now the guy can get up in you and kind of dictate it. Stay in the backcourt. Just take your time.
Do you think that the reason you were able to get such a clean shot is because they probably didn't think you were going to take it from that far away?
That probably plays into it. But at the same time, I think he was pretty worried about the screen. So he was kind of like turning his head a little bit. I'm not sure who was
13
on.
was on him.
Yeah.
13.
13.
Casey Jennings.
And I kind of saw him turning his head a little bit.
Worried about the screen that who was set?
Jonathan Abar.
Okay. Seriously, can you recall making a shot from further out than that in any game at high school, college, whatever?
Not at the top of my head right now.
Well, he had a pretty nice floater in the lane, too. We're not talking about his 2-point shot either today, so.
He thinks it's a jump hook, by the way.
It could have been.
I think it was a little hook.
Dallas Moore is over in Russia right now just smiling because he knows what I'm talking about.
That shot.
Those guys all want to do that, yeah.
Matthew, in your career, do you remember a game-winning shot like that from further out?
Yvonne made a big-time 3 against Eastern Michigan to send it to overtime here. It's funny, there was a traffic jam. There was a traffic jam tonight, too. No. Dallas's 18-foot floater to beat Kennesaw State. That's the only one.
So, I mean, the reason why I asked that is, you brand yourselves the birds of trade, which means that you make a lot of threes. And so over the course of making,
16.
6,000 threes over the course of your
Sure.
career here, I mean, to say that you can't recall one that was longer than that
No.
is pretty eye-opening.
Yeah, no.
All right. Anything else, Gene?
I'm good. I had to get all my questions in. I haven't been here all year, so
It's good to see you. We got a 6-hour bus ride to Gulf Coast tomorrow.